Hello.
Hi.
If you were wondering what we're going to do with all those strips of paper today, check this out. I am going to, and I'm going to do a shout out to, this is the first card that I got. It reminded me of doing these birds. This is one I got in the, we shared it before from Charlotte Neidigger. So thank you, Charlotte. You are the inspiration for today. And we're going to talk about that more in a bit.
Could be Neidigger.
It probably is. I don't even know what I said. Well, I know you guys. Oh, look at this. We're kind of color coordinated. Oh, Tim just got in the house. I know you guys think that we're really organized. Yeah, I know you. I know you know better.
I was out running around shopping.
Did you remember? I was going to do this without you because you just happened to come home.
I just got home.
I have my other card club right after this, and it's at my house. And I hope some of you can relate to me. When we have a craft house, I have a lot of space to clear the decks before we're going to play any cards. So I'm going to be dashing off and doing that. And Tim had to go get the rest of the food. So,
and there's an expectation of what we feed these card playing women. They play 500 and
so you made your famous chicken salad
and they have expectations of 1,000.
But here is a comment on aging. We have been together for years in this card club. And 2 years ago, we moved it to afternoon from evening. So we never really suffer and go home before too late. So time marches on. That's why I'm in a rush, but I only do this once a year. So,
4 o'clock.
That is part of the reason we're doing something really simple, but I will talk about that in a bit. But first, of course,
we like to start from 7 to 6 to 4
to mail. Well, people might still stay late, but at least we don't worry about the roads or anything.
So we're not going to let them stay late. I'm going to go take my nap.
But we have a couple Thanksgiving cards to share. This is from Joan Ballinger from St. Paul. Oh, I love this. This is so pretty. And look, it's a box card front.
I love that.
We did a whole bunch of different box cards on one of our last All Good Cards Club. I know, but isn't that pretty? Endlessly Grateful. And it's pretty how stand up. Love that. And then we have from Deb Ludwig from Sandstone, Minnesota. And look how simple that is. And this is the kind of stamp. It isn't a current stamp unless it's from another company. But I'm just pointing out that stamps like this are always gorgeous, even not colored in. Because, your first instinct when you look at that, I think, is to add color. And look how stunning that is.
You don't need to.
And just layers. It's just gorgeous. Love that. Love that. Oh, so wonderful. And thank you, card, for a bunch of help with things. Then we have Wanda Kavanaugh. How cute is that? Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, that is adorable. Those are really cute.
Wanda and John.
Oh, and how funny. Look at this. Dorothy Cody. Oh, so similar to some really funny other turkeys. I love this. Dorothy Cody, if that's how you say your name, from Michigan. Look how fun that is in the bright colors. And this paper stripes. That is wonderful. She's got her note. Oh, and a fun note that I will read later. That is so wonderful. Oh, but we just love getting thank you, Thanksgiving, all kinds of cards. It is so fun. Marsky says hi from snowy Alberta, Canada. You can keep it. I know it's a little early, isn't it?
Somewhere.
The Titus family from Maddie Glover. So Madeline Glover is how I always called her, but I guess it's Maddie. But I love, again, look how simple this is. 2 pieces of paper going that way and your accent on top, and you have just a gorgeous card. So when you're making a bunch of cards, we don't need to go fancy. So I think that's fun. We're having a beautiful day here too, but it's windy, and I think my time for being outside, I got to clean the house and help Tim in the kitchen. So I guess no out time side today.
You don't.
I don't. You have the kitchen handled?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay. And then this is a card I got from Stampin' Up, and I just thought it was so lovely. I just had to show it with the layers. And look at this background with that plaid stamp.
Sarah, it's beautiful.
And this is just so pretty. And this is for just being a top performer this last year. And then look what else they sent. But how cool. I love things like this where you can have a card and a tag, how you can mix your gifts together. And they are fabulous about doing this. And look how this opens. From Shelley and Sarah. Is that just the cutest
wonderful
gift tag card? I just love this idea. And this would be cute on a card too, a card front. And then this is where, so you're going to watch for this pattern to come up eventually, right? And I think what's in here.
Ooh, it's a gift.
I think it's just buttons, which you say to display in your room. And of course, I I just put them in the drawer, but isn't that cool?
No, but I put them on my apron.
Oh, Tim.
I wear them.
He puts them on his apron. Okay.
Yes.
So that goes for Tim.
Shelley and
But I just
Sarah,
thought-
thank you.
What cool ideas. So you will watch for that. And then my only 2 announcements are, this is one of the cards in the card kit. You get free card kits from me if you place a $50 minimum order. And one of them is the bay window card. One's always a fun fold. All you need are words. You can use any words, but you get everything else you need for 3 different cards.
This is like leather.
Isn't that pretty?
That is a nice
I mean, that's
bag.
really a nice bag. It has the stamping up there.
Oh, I know.
Oh, very classy.
I can carry my coins in there.
And then a week, you should carry pennies and it could be just big and heavy. And then a week from yesterday, or Tuesday, no, a week from Tuesday, next Tuesday is the next All Good Cards Club. We are doing all kinds of things with circles. This is a fun fold card that we're doing. And I just think this is so fun how it opens. You still have time to join us. Everyone uses what they have at home. It's wonderful. And we get together 3 times during the day. You have access to the videos forever. So it's kind of like a little mini retreat. And then in between, we share things. So how fun is that? So a couple of reasons I decided to do this. I was looking for something really easy to do because of our really busy week. But I also, this had been on my list of things to do, was thinking about next week, we won't be live because it's Thanksgiving. And a whole lot of us will be spending more family time. And we might have kids around that we don't normally, if you have grandkids or whatever. And I thought, this is such a fun thing to teach kids to do. It's like the circle ones. When we did the Chirpy Doodle cards, they have been so popular over in the Back Porch Stampers. So this is going to be kind of like that. So we could use an interesting name. So we're open to names. Oh, speaking of, there is the host code. So there is always that. I'm just forgetful here. But I just love this idea. Now I changed a couple of things, but so I definitely wanted to point out, she just drew in a beak, which is a whole nother way of doing these. I think this is such a clever card. And what we are going to do is we're going to make them out of different widths of paper. I was going to find my, let's see, I was going to do a 1-inch one first. So true confessions. When I decided to do this, I hadn't made any of these cards again. So I was just kind of guessing at the widths. What I decided to do and what I do now is just tell you to do any strips in whatever width that you want. And then we can just play. It doesn't need to be anything exacting. It's probably just easier to leave it that way. But I really hadn't made these until last night in a couple of days. So it's all good. Okay, so back down here. A DSP is perfect to use because it is thin. I still sometimes, and especially if it's a little thicker, we'll just use this to break some fibers, especially on the wider ones. The narrow ones don't use it. So who is their paper? We're just going to fold this together. Tim, I'm going to give you one to fold. I'll give you a smaller one. Okay, I'll let you do yours. So we'll fold them at the same time.
Okay, this kind.
These are just practice ones.
Side?
Yep. Yep. And that just helps break the fibers. So, and you can do it the other side too, if you want it to be more straightened up again. That's probably a good idea.
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. And now all we are going to do,
Yeah, it didn't straighten.
okay.
it.
But all we're going to do is do half a knot. Look at this.
Why?
This is it. This is all.
Why not?
But now we're going to decide which one. I think I want this to be my feathers. And I want this side. So I just need to work it around and figure out. Okay. Yes, just like that. And then you're just kind of easing it closed. This is why I think it's easier to not measure first, because we'll just make our half knot.
So do I get to choose?
In fact,
or
I'm
is
going to
this
on
good?
purpose first, because I'll show you why. I'm going to put mine up here. Yep. And you're just going to keep easing it in till you kind of get a look you like, and then you can press it down.
Okay. Do you want it like more towards one end?
And that's totally fine.
Well,
It's
I don't
your
know.
card.
I
and
have
it's,
no idea what I'm doing.
okay.
Is it like the beak?
You are going to do that, and then I'm going to find a scissors. And this is one you guys could be making with us. Let's see if I have. Yeah, I do have 2 scissors here, so we can even do that part together.
I want the
So
good-
who's made these before?
I want the good scissors.
And who made them as a child? I remember doing something kind of like this. This is like
Okay.
the easiest origami kind of thing you could make. Okay, now this will be your head part. Well, either one could be your head part. Which do you want to be your head part?
This
I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, and I'll draw it first. All we're going to do is really cut off the end like that.
Okay, you can draw mine.
You want me to draw yours?
Yep.
Okay. So we're just going to just draw it like that. And I'm going to show you two different things. So I can do it that way. And I'm just going to cut it off. And look at, there's the head. Isn't that cool? So our birds are going to be facing. Now, another way I can do it, I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm just going to do it on the end. The other way that I like to do the heads, but it works better on the bigger pieces, is I'm going to do like that and kind of make like a beak thing. So on this, that's just going to, I'm going to come in further and just go like that. And I do this without any lines. So I have two different ways of making bird heads. Okay. But either way works. Okay. So now we've got that. So we're just going to put eyes in there. And now for this, what I think is cool, we have a bunch of ways. I did some of the tails like this. And I'm just going to show you if I want a bigger tail, I'm going to take this other end. That's why I decided it was easier to have stuff too. I'm just going to trim this off, and I'm going to stick this in, and I have like a double. This is not cool. And I guess I could have done that a little
stick
longer.
it in there.
Okay. Yes. So you're going to cut another end like this. So it kind of goes with that.
Okay. So where?
Sure. Doesn't matter. And then you're just going to cut. See, I always kind of just look at it and think, oh, that might work actually anyway. Or if this is going to show, just cut a little bit off of that. And you're good. So wasn't that cute? So this is how you're going to do a double feather. Cecilia says she hasn't made these. She's fascinated.
Okay. Is that good?
Yeah. So isn't this fun? So these are just different ways we can do things, and you'll see the different sizes. Now I ran out of time, so I didn't get one made with the bigger one, but we're going to make the other cards that I did. So we'll get variety here. So
we're not going to do more.
Yeah, but we're going to do the actual cards now. We're going to move to this. This was like a just plan them. So now let's do, where are the cards we showed? Oh, under here. Well, no, the bird cards. Did I take them or did you move them?
I didn't do a thing.
Oh, and I have a whole nother thing here I was going to share. Well, we'll see if we have time at the end. And I remember, Susan, it's what I got from you, and I will, but I'll just show it next time if I forget. Where did the bird cards go that we held up at the beginning?
Oh, right there.
Oh, right here. Right. Okay, you guys, right off camera. Right there. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm so glad you guys are all here. This is so fun. And
this is not even close. That's not even close.
Oh, yeah, but yes, it is. It's close to this one. See, these are all like different sizes and different things.
Okay.
So I just, we'll do a few of these and we'll see how many you want to do. But also notice the different ways that I did legs. So here I did legs like this, and then I used this around the border too. And I decided that white star looked enough like an eye. I could put a little black dot in there. Would you do that?
No.
Or just leave it? Star. And then it turned out too high. So then I put in your fantastic below here. So this is the larger size. And then this is, so first let's just look at them. And then we'll make a few. Now, this is a much smaller size. I actually like the smaller sizes.
I love the smaller
size. And I didn't know that I made it, or we did more smaller sizes. So this is about what all of this just creating is. And this is new paper, and it's very classy. And I thought this looked like a very distinguished folk art bird. I mean, it's still folk art, but it's much more distinguished. It looked like a congrats, like he's off to a new job or something.
Yep. And
then this one, it's just a fun idea I'd seen somewhere. I just thought I love the idea how the legs are all connected. It's like a little family. So this could be a baby card. Could be a third baby. You know, could be anything. And this is using some of the new papers too. And you'll notice here we've done this. So this is just another way of doing the feathers. Okay, and then I did this for the fun of it. I thought
my favorite.
I think this is hilarious. This is from the new tools workshop, and I have to show you the tools are just cut out from here. This is a celebration paper, and I just so there are dies in the stamp set. It was on there. All of these. So you see the hammers. This is all from this tool set. The stamp set and dies are in the the regular mini catalog, and that paper is going to be a celebration item. So all together. And I just thought, wouldn't this be fun? I decided to add the paintbrush because I thought this would be fun. We've got the tape. Ooh, you could take a tape measure and make a bird like that, Tim, out of an old tape measure. That's happening. But I thought this would be really fun if you're giving like a Home Depot or, any of those kinds of cards, or a thank you for my help. You can put the tool of your choice on here and thank someone for helping them. So I thought this is, Kathy said she's feeling a little bird brain today, so this will just totally fit. And you know what I did? I just made up a few of these on there. I should have brought them in. I just made up a few, gather some paper, play with them, kind of get the hang of it, and then decide which ones you want to turn into something. But you can see where this would be a fun. So if you've got kids around at Thanksgiving and it's Friday afternoon and you need some crafty time, bring out the paper strips. We all have these, and a pen, and just go to town. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to think of what makes sense to start with. Let's do this little one. So I just have these papers. And I just have a thin marker. So I'm going to do this first. I'm going to go ahead and just show how I did this. So I was just guessing, but this is just plain drawing, putting the legs here, and then going out there and down and putting the legs there. And I think that one got a little long, but no, it's fine. And then I'm going to put the bird on top. So we're doing a little drawing too, and kids will have fun. They can make their legs doing anything. I think a bird, I was thinking about a bird doing the splits, like on a high wire on a telephone pole. I mean, bring this idea up to kids and they'll think about a whole bunch of different things. So, and then on this one, let's see, I want this to be the head, I decided, or I could do it the opposite this time, but I'll just leave it this way. Do you see how I'm doing here, the tail, but I'm going to show you different ways of doing this. You see, doing it this way is how I did it there, and you're just going to see the brown. If I fold it in half this way, you're going to see a whole bunch of brown and just that on the head. So you're just playing with your paper, but I like seeing a lot of that, I think.
Okay.
But that's where, if you take some paper out, the first thing I did was I just made a couple, and then I kind of looked at how they looked, and just decided from there. And I found it was easier. I tried doing the head first, but then it matters where you put this. So I just decided to make this part of the bird. And this is a little paper, but do you see what I did? I still went in and just did my fancy little free cut face. I think that is just adorable.
That is.
And then we're just making this. And that's going to go on there. And then I'm just using these little black beads for faces. So does that make sense? Yeah. So that is card number 1.
And it's very good.
And then let's look at, let's look at whichever one I can find next. This is pretty pathetic.
The best way that I appreciate what Karen does is I try to make them myself. And I realize how good she is at doing it.
No, but yours turned out great.
No, it didn't.
Now here again, because then we're just talking about making really simple backgrounds with this. I'm going to put this one more to the bottom because I didn't stamp the words and I don't want to bring my stamp out again. So first I'm going to do the legs.
But can you find a star?
I think I could figure out something, and I'm just going to hold this up there. I'm going to bring this down.
I would. You know what I would do?
No, what would you do?
Little tiny black.
Well, that's how I was wondering, or even would be more of this. I don't think I have a tiniest thing, but you could put a dot in there.
Pupil or the iris? Pupil, I think.
Do you know what? I don't think I have paper out for this card, so I think we aren't going to make this card, but I was going to show this part. Then, because I don't have the right, I don't think these colors are going to. Yeah, I could use these colors, but I'll just have to change what I put it on, right? But I'm just going to do this part because this is all about bits and pieces. So I'm using this same thing. And you notice my corners, nothing matches up. Let's say if I'm doing this as a corner, then I'm just doing dots. I love doodling. And notice I'm not being careful.
Not at all.
Because this is I love that this is folk art. And this one, I'm not turning it. I'll do this on the corner. And of course, I'm going for speed. If you cared about stuff like this, you could use a ruler, but folk art, just,
Speaking of folk art, who is the woman that has her first name is Grandma?
Ooh, I know. Does anyone else know?
I
Let
don't.
people guess. You don't?
I don't remember.
Oh,
I just
so you're
remember
asking.
Grandma
I do,
somebody.
and I just thought that's such a cool story. I think I'll have to do that. Mm.
Okay. Anybody know Grandma's
Oh.
last name?
Okay, I'm going to look in here. Okay, I got an extra doodad there, and that's okay. Okay. Oh, I love that. These bird cards are so stinking cute. How easy is that? I was making it harder thinking I needed punches for the head and tail. Yeah, isn't it just fun? I just love it when things are just, but see, so then here's just a fun background that would work for any of these folk art things. Grandma Moses, you got it. Lori said she remembers doing these dot dashes a long time ago too. Yes, back when I started, we did a lot of this kind of, well, I think the look was so country. And there's just so many things. I think this is a whole nother thing we could do a session on, all kinds of different ways of doing this. And a couple of you in the Back Porch Stampers, and I don't remember names, Jean and somebody else. I know there are a few of you that did this on your other circle birds too. And I thought they were just so adorable. So this is going to be this week's challenge. So over in the Back Porch Stampers, you're going to put on your cards you make like this. And sky's the limit. We get to do all kinds of fun things.
I think Grandma Moses would have been a great Stampin' Up! Demonstrator.
Yes. So then we're just going to make the birds on here. I think this makes sense. So let's go to this.
Oh, I like it.
And this one is, I think, 3/4. And this is the largest size that I like to break. That we'll do this, and then we'll do some smaller birds.
What do they call
on this one? Well, look at that.
What do they call cloth tape measures?
I don't know. What do they call? Someone will know on here.
It's not a ruler. It's made out of cloth. And
Tony said Moses was a real last name in her family. I love that for a last name. That's an awesome name. Does anyone? Oh, I can't remember what I was going to say. That's really terrible. So, yeah. Okay. So anyway, this is going to be fun. And you teach kids this, and you're going to have a lot of these just floating around. Well, then you pick the best ones and turn them into cards. There was the cutest, and I don't remember, over in the Back Porch Stampers, somebody did a picture of something their kid had done with birds or something. It was so cute. And I thought sometimes you just want to frame those things. It's just so fun. Okay. I'm going to. Oh, and this one is wide enough. I see, I can tell the difference. I should have done this. Where did our little, right here. Because I don't want to tear the paper. That's why, even though it's softer. So if I do it that side and then come back and do it this side, it will be pretty good. Okay, then, see, I still have to look at it and see, depending on which side I want to come through. But all it is a half knot, and it feels really stuck at this point. But you just work it. I'm going to put up there a little more because I want to have enough to cut off the tail for the other. And then when you kind of get it where it seems adequate, you press it down and you're done. This one is, so just watch, I'm going to do the curve again. I'm just starting here and I'm just curving down to there. And then on this, I will do my, now I'm thinking his neck is sticking out a little long. What do you think? It's a good thing we can fix it. So I'm just going to shorten his head much better. And then I'll do another one of these.
Is there to come up with the tape measure thing?
I don't know. Do we know what the tape measure? Yes, this paper is a free celebration item. And oh my goodness, for cards for any handy person, these are just going to be fabulous. So I can do that, or I can put it down like that. Isn't that fun? And here I just made the 2 lines going that way and then added the.
So if you're not handy, don't even think about it. Is that what you mean?
No, give it to someone who thinks. I just think it is a perfect, like, housewarming, any kind of a fun. I think this would be easier. I put the others on with my favorite thing, glue dots. I just started having to see any right here. So this is going to go here. And then we'll go ahead and stick. And I'll show you what I cut out for this one. I think these are really fun. This will just make you feel like an artist. And I love that they don't need to turn out. Now this might be a little big, but I thought it's going to be, it's going to be cute. Okay. So see, you could pick the tool that fits. Put this one on. And then we'll do this one. And let's see. Boy, I'm really not organized. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here because I don't see my silicone mat. I know it's around. And he's going to be holding that. Isn't that cool? I was thinking could also be flying through the air and delivering it. So as you look at these things, just totally decide what you want to do, and we'll add a little. And we have a couple of fun cards that way. Okay. Yes, I just used the bone folder to soften it. Now, when we come to these little ones, I didn't use it because I just didn't feel like we needed it. So this is with the 3/4 inch. And that was the biggest size that I liked using when they're all done on a card, because I just think that's big enough to put on a card. But now we're going to look at some smaller sizes. So I did this little rainbow thing. And so here, I'll give you how about the middle one? Want to do the middle one?
I was enjoying watching.
And this is just on a note card. So how simple is this? And if we wanted this could, of course, be cut, layered on other things. But this is just a very simple. This is going to be, see, I had to take pictures. So I had to put that on. Sometimes like when you blend, if you use blends on the front of a card, they do bleed through the background. So I always do a layer of white on white if I'm using note cards and using blends. But things like this, it's totally perfect. You could just have a single dimension card and make up a bunch. Okay, so you are going to just do your half.
Oh, of course.
Thing. You just make a half knot. Yours can be different. So go ahead and just do a half knot. Let's just play around, because it'd really be okay if it is different. And then we're just going to ease it in to make the different sizes. Okay, so I did that one, and I'll do this one. So even these little ones, they're so easy to work with. And you can totally see why kids are going to love doing this, because they're not going to hem and haw. And we all have plenty of paper we can let them pick from, which is part of the fun. Okay, how'd yours turn out?
I don't know. It's not the best.
No, it's totally fine. Oh, you know what's interesting? Look at yours is all blue because it just happened to get the blue. I'm thinking that doesn't even look like the same paper. So we should probably make them going the same way. So you're going to do it this way. Okay. So you're going to just cut the head by doing the little round thing. And then the backs are just slit like this. Here's just my little fun little wings. Feathers, whatever.
That's really a stubby face.
That's okay.
Oh, I was supposed to make a beak on it.
Well, see, this is kind of the pointed beak right there. So it's totally fine. Here's what we do. We're just we're gonna angle it more. Now you have a beak.
Okay.
It's totally good.
Okay.
Then you can cut off the back and then cut some little things in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and work on this part. So what I decided to do here.
What? Just cut off the back and
yep.
Do some things.
But look at the 3 sizes. I think a whole bunch of these little ones would be really cute on a card too. So I'm going to take this. So I just laid this out, took this, and went like this up there. Okay, that's going to be that one. Now I need yours. Now we have the little blue one, which I'm going to put right here. So I'm going to put it there and then there. And you'll notice I am not being careful of where any lines being straight. None of that matters. And then this one's a little short one.
Okay.
So how cute is that? And then these all get little black eyes. I must have blue dots out here. It's just hard to believe. I'm sure they're in my stacks, but I'm just not seeing them. So I'm going to do little bits of this. And I'll let you draw eyes on these.
With this?
Yep. Yeah. And then see, and mine is a little big there, but I can either choose to work it around. See, I just worked it around now, and now he's got his head. But you see how you can just maneuver these afterwards? I'll make him a little shorter. But I just love that because you can just kind of do whatever. And I'll put a little thing on there. And it put his birds on. This one looks like he's just tucking his head in. He's just tired. So, but aren't these fun? So I'm hoping this is giving you some fun ideas of what you might try to do this. Kim says his bird could have run into a window and flattened its view. Oh boy.
Yes.
Yes, because we sure have that happen plenty. There's always a story behind something, right? So aren't those just fun? Now it's your turn and we get to see what you're going to do. And we have a couple minutes left. So let's show one other thing. So Susan Bobach, who is on my team, lives
as if we had a timeline.
Ishpeming. Is that what you decided how it was said? But she sent me things. She's on my team and she does local classes. I love to do shout outs to my team members that do local classes too, because if you're in that area at all, it's just fun to know. But
Candy.
I'm just sharing
There's candy.
Well, I was hiding that from you, Tim. So.
Oh, you were.
No, I wasn't. And I'm just showing a couple of things. She sent me a whole box of goodies, but let me put this on. And I thought we have a couple of fun ideas. So she sent a gift for Tim.
Ooh.
So you're going to open that.
I know the middle of that word, Ishpeming, is the one that has an accent on it.
So if you live in the area and want information, just she'll reply to your comments. Make comments to her. You can anyway make comments to her on the thing, but it's all fun. That's okay. It was just a bag and you split it, but that's fine.
Okay. And
this was a Lisa Bowden project is where she got the idea from.
She knows I'm a journaler.
Oh, he is.
Whoa.
Okay,
And,
how classy
my
is
goodness.
this?
So if you're interested,
That is so classy.
Karen's birthday this year is on a Saturday, and my birthday is on a Monday.
How fabulous. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of conversation going on once. Google Eyes, somebody mentioned back for those birds too. They would totally fit the folk birds.
Okay.
That is gorgeous.
Very nice. Now, how did this just went?
I can help you with that, but okay. And this is something
Thank
she
you.
designed.
I love it.
Stand on a shelf or remove the window sheet to hang and let it glow.
Ooh.
I have to figure this out. Okay, so it's good. Okay, I'm going to put it up here. See, this is gorgeous. Look at this. We're going to see, here's the inside layer, and you see how this is done in layers. And then it's a hanging. That is stunning with the nativity set. Oh my goodness, that is gorgeous.
It'll be added to our Christmas collection.
It can, it says remove the window sheet to let it hang and glow. That works too, but it also will stand. Let me just see. Oh, okay. We'll see if we can bring it down. I don't know that you can kind of see, but yes, it stands. That is gorgeous. That is what a fun thing. You know, I think maybe I could have Susan as a guest on, you know, because I'm doing that some of my downline, and we could do a guest thing and doing one of these. And then she just showed some others that she does in her classes, a bunch of ideas, and they're all ideas kind of like the way I teach, basic ideas, and then you can take them and step them up. So I thought, isn't that just fun? So we just thought we'd just look at these. So if you're at all in the area and think about that, or I'll think about bringing her online sometime, but I thought, isn't this fun that we get to do all this stuff together? Tim,
I will come back.
Tim is coming back, but he is on the floor because he dropped a whole bunch of stuff on the floor. But thanks for spending this time with us. And if you were here, now we put you to work cleaning. So I'd be glad you're not.
I think it's called a tape measure.
Oh, okay, got it. These are fun cards, and now we can't wait to see what you do. And of course, make sure you're on my email list so you get the supply list early. But wonderful. Tomorrow will be another 12 Weeks of Christmas video coming out.
And I need to get back